Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Um, I decided to go on a bit of a rant. Well, I always rant, but this is going to be a pretty long one, which I'm going to have to break down into a few parts. Between looking at child-free blogs and looking at links to, I call some of the most moronic parents in the world, to watching TV shows about child-free people in the media, to all these idiotic baby trolls on Facebook. Well, I meant YouTube, but I'll address the YouTube ones today. I'll address the Facebook ones at some other point. But for right now, this first part is going to be about martyr moms. Martyr moms and the famous bitch and backpedal. I came across this interesting blog last night. Child Freedom. You should check it out sometime. It's pretty cool. And I found a particular entry that stuck out. It's about a martyr mom who wrote on this parenting blog this long letter to her child-free friends. And the child-free blogger, the creator of the blog I'm reading, she came back with a response. I'm going to go ahead and read both of these to you, so please bear with me. To all my friends who don't have children, I love you, I promise I do, but please stretch your minds a little and try to think of what it's like to be in my position. No, I can't take a vacation for a week without my kids just to hang out with you. I can't take a detour during a car trip an hour out of my way with screaming children just so we can sit in your not safe for kids house so you don't have to get dressed and meet us at a diner. I can't go out drinking on ladies' night at your favorite bar because my husband works the next morning, so I can't be hungover. I have children to care for. Please don't call me on a weekend just to talk about how tired you are even though you slept in until 10. I've been up 3 times last night, and that qualifies as a good night. I also regularly wake up at 6:30 just so I can have a half an hour of peace. Please don't complain that your house is messy. I understand your husband doesn't pick up his socks, but I just scraped dried poop off the side of the toilet and just finished a load of laundry that smelled like sour milk. I'm sorry you haven't dusted. If you come over, realize I have young kids, so sitting with a cup of coffee and chatting isn't going to be possible. If you aren't interested in playing with them with me, don't come over. And please do not have the gumption to look grossed out when my 2-year-old sneezes and gets snot on you. It's mucus, not poop. Thanks. Sincerely, tired of being the only adult in the room. Now, before I read the response, I have to laugh at that. I mean, if you're toilet training your kid and he's getting poop on the side of the toilet, then obviously something went wrong. I mean, I've never tried toilet training kids, but something obviously went wrong there. And I love how the woman's going, oh, it's just mucus, not poop. Well, guess what? They're both disgusting bodily fluids. They both carry lethal diseases, potentially. And kids are walking, talking germ factories anyway. I wouldn't want some kid getting his saliva on me, much less mucus and poop. Yeah, the woman may be content being a mom, and she may be okay with having mucus smeared on her, but it's just gross. It's just bad manners. Wipe the kid's nose with a Kleenex. Get the kid away from the person. Wipe his or her nose with a Kleenex. Is it that difficult? I mean, who knows how I'd react if some kid decided to wipe his snot on me. I know he wouldn't try it again. So. And with the rest of what I just read, it's like, yeah, all of you miserable parents who want the child-free people to be like you, and then when stuff like this comes out and, oh, that's supposed to convince us? Yeah, that really, really makes me want to go out and have a child right now. Yeah. Going to go ahead and read the response here. Dear Martyr Mom, I love you, I really do. You and I go back many years, but things have really changed since you had kids, and not for the better. You used to be a devoted friend, a great listener who was always a shoulder to lean on. And I was that for you as well. But now our friendship seems to go one way because you no longer have the time, energy, or attention span for our friendship. Your entire existence revolves around your child, and if I bring up any other subjects, you are interested or interesting. I am lucky if I can get a word in edgewise over your screaming child. You no longer have 1 hour to spend with me, let alone time for any vacations or nights out on the town, so I don't bother inviting you to those kinds of things anymore. I know it's pointless. You've made it clear that you are chained to your child and your home for at least 18 years. Maybe 24 to 30 in some cases. Please don't expect that because your life revolves around your child that mine should too. Of course I'm interested in your child and like to be kept up to date on all the latest, but endless details about every aspect of potty training, daycare centers, and play dates at the exclusion of discussion of anything else makes for an unfulfilling friendship. Please don't assume that because you have a child, your life is the interesting one and mine isn't worth anything. Show at least as much interest in me as I show in you. Don't assume that because I am child-free, I haven't a care in the world. I am a responsible, hard-working adult with a household to maintain, bills to pay, and devoted relationships with my husband, family, friends, and pets. Don't assume that my life is Club Med and that I am always free, sleeping, shopping, or on vacation or out at a bar. Finally, dear friend, it needs to be said. Nobody put a gun to your head and forced you to have a kid, so get off your high horse and stop playing martyr. You willingly chose to be a mom, so stop expecting others to pity you for it. Thanks. Sincerely, tired of moms who think the whole world should throw them a pity party. Honestly, she did a response so much better than what I would have done. I mean, that to me is just an amazing response. But it's true, though. These women who go out and have kids because they caved into society or actually wanted to be moms, and yet they turn around and complain about every single aspect. And no, I'm not comparing that with the Secret Confessions website where people just vent about hating being a mom. But it's when women complain openly all the time. Oh, I gotta go back to the doctor over my kids. I gotta do this. Little Susie did more potty training today and blah blah blah. And and it's like even some other moms are getting sick of hearing that crap. And I do know a few great moms. I mean, one Facebook friend in particular, she's pretty cool. She posts stuff about her kids every now and then. She has her ups and downs. But she posts more political and atheist stuff than she does stuff on her kids. And one of my good friends in Virginia, she's got 2 kids herself. She writes stuff about them every so often, but she's never overbearing with it. But I just see it all the time, though. All these moms that complain openly. Oh, you should feel sorry for me. I can't go out with you. I can't get a babysitter. I'm stuck in this house with these kids. As it's been addressed already, you chose it. You were too scared to go against the grain of society and not have kids. In some cases, I think. But others, some of them revolve their lives around being wives and mothers. And, if you choose to do that, so be it. But don't expect everybody to feel sorry for you because of what you chose to do. Again, I don't expect people to feel sorry for me because I chose to have a car. Yes, I have to pay and get it repaired every so often. Yes, I have to buy gas. Yes, I have to pay insurance. But I'm not going on Facebook and YouTube and, expecting sympathy because I chose to drive. I chose to have those extra expenses and I'm okay with that. It sucks having to repair the car every so often, but it happens. I don't expect medals or cookies or anything because I'm a driver. And it's the same thing with going to school. Again, I'm on the GI Bill, but some of these people take out loans for going to school. And then if they use that money in a, if they misuse the money, whatever's left over after paying the tuition, yeah, you hear people who use their leftover money and just go out and buy a bunch of crap, and then they complain about how much loan debt they have. And if you're taking out huge student loans to go to these fancy schools, then again, it's like the martyr moms. I can't feel sorry for you. You chose to go to a ridiculously expensive school, and you're paying for it. Like these women who go out and have all these kids and then complain about how much it sucks being a mom sometimes. The ones that complain all the time, not the ones that go anonymously on blogs and complain. I mean, it's just so funny. I mean, these martyr moms, they think that they get the right to complain about everything, every aspect of parenthood, and yet child-free people are looked down on as being freaks and weirdos because we're smart enough not to go down that path because we've thought everything through carefully. After seeing all these confessions, it's like for a lot of fence sitters that was a straw that broke the camel's back. Oh, no, I don't want kids now. I see what I wouldn't be missing. Anyway, that was part 1 of this. I'm going to be doing part 2 where I addressed the YouTube trolls. See you all in a bit.